You're going to do it with her.
Oh, good.
You are going to take a piece of paper and you're going to make a book. So she's going to show you what you can do with a piece of paper. And the way it's folded and the way it's cut, you end up with a book. Okay? And this is like when you are on a trip and you don't have a notebook. You can just ask the secretary or the concierge, you have an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper you give me. And then this is in your purse. Okay? So, this is Sharon Ely from Chillicothe, Ohio. And my sister for 72 years. Here's Sharon.
Hi, Sharon.
Once you know how to do this, you're going to want to practice it so it becomes like, oh, I'm just going to make gravy one more time. It's not going to do the old pan, so it's not going to be that difficult. Okay? Everyone have the directions? Yeah. Because they're a little bit difficult to understand. But if you have any questions, as soon as you have a doubt, raise your hand. Okay, the first thing you're going to do is take your paper and fold it in half, the vertical folding. Okay, and you've got that little piece of cardboard on your lap. And then you're going to lay it flat. I've got a vertical fold. Now I want a horizontal fold. So I'm going to bring it down, top to bottom, create a horizontal fold. Now we'll pull apart. Okay, now lay it flat again. Okay, you've got a center fold. That one right there. You're going to bring this one to the center. And then bring this one to the center. Okay, so you bring the first one to the center and make it big. Bring the second one to the center and make it big. And you got I've got it divided into 8 parts.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you to hold it in horizontal again, then fold it this way again,
Like this, okay?
and recrease that.
And increase these
To reinforce that fold,
Okay.
because this is what you're going to do.
Yeah, this one. Yes, there you
You
go.
have to watch me.
She's gonna tear it.
This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to tear it from here down to the middle and not past it. So very carefully. You don't have to make it in very careful. You're going to do this.
This to the middle. Okay, just stick this together.
You're going to rip it to the fold. Now you can use scissors if you're home.
Oh, thank you.
It's going to look like this. And fold at the top.
He will not just. He will not.
Now you're going to open it out. You got diamonds in the middle? You're going to bring the edges together. Everybody see that diamond in the middle? Right, here's the mouth. I'm going to fold it.
Bring this home.
No, man.
Well, obviously, they are my very good friends. And as well as all of you in this room. I've been looking at the art that is displayed, and it really is unique and special art that you put up there. I can tell a lot of it's done from the heart, as well as an imaginary vision, how you can create something so unique. So I do thank each and every one of you. And to be here in St. Peter's, and I've talked to quite a few of you from all over the country, I feel like this is the United Nations. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
On behalf of our group, I want to thank you for being such a gracious host. And you do have a beautiful city, and this facility is amazing. And thank you to Shirley and Sharon for, especially Shirley, for getting this all put together and inviting us to be here. We're just happy as can be to show our work here together. We always are looking for somewhere where as a national group we can put our work out together because it's pretty awesome. We think we're pretty awesome. But thank you so much. Yes, thank you.
You're welcome to stay and play.
No,
Well, I want to thank my sister, the elementary school.
Yes, thank you.
Elementary school teacher. She has a degree in multiple intelligences, which we have 9, and they're considering a 10th one. But she knows all about that, so she knows how to teach someone that's unteachable. She knows another way around it. There's always a way to learn. Okay? That's okay. Now, this is going to be the creative part of your lesson. And then after you go back to your tables and do the creative part of your lesson, then we'll take a break and have our dessert coffee, wine. I got your number. Okay, so at your tables, you'll find that you all have a 5.5 by 7.5 piece of watercolor paper. It might be Arches 140 or BFK Reeves 120, whatever that is. And then you have some postcards, which is about half that size. So part of your lesson is going to be to do 2, the postcard, which is already ready. See, it's always about folding and tearing, just like in first grade. Now, when you start with your project, what we're going to do is when I finish doing mine, you're going to come up and you're going to take a sampling of watercolor pencils, watercolor crayons, watercolor bricks. If you've never seen these, there's actually watercolor in bricks. Okay? Of course, you get more color with the stroke. So I'm going to proceed to demonstrate. Let's see. Well, it doesn't have to be anything in particular. It can be a non-objective, but sometimes in a non-objective, you end up doing something that you have done before that is something you love. And so I'm going to start out like this. I'm going to need that in a minute. Now, what I tell my students is when you want a dark does not mean black. A dark does not mean brown. It could be blue, it can be purple. On the color wheel, violet is your darkest color. Okay. And I'm using a warm and a cool red. Tell me which one you're using. These are watercolor crayons. And I love floral, so this is going to be a feeling of floral, not necessarily, a defined one, but sort of already see what I'm doing. But sometimes it's fun to, as you are creating.
If you can't see very well, raise your hand.
Can everyone see? Okay, say turn. And by the way, I'm doing this upside down.
So talented.
Yeah, I know.
I'm a firm believer in Betty Edwards' book, Drawing on the Right Side of the Brain. And I noticed, a lot of you are very right brain, and she will lead you into exercises that make you a stronger right brain person and learning to draw, even though you would rather just have accidents that turn out perfect. And depending on the amount of this, you're using your board again, so then that will be your watercolor board. It's like magic. What is it?
Turn.
Oh, turn. Now you notice I'm avoiding that red. You know why? Red and green make black. So I'm tilting the paper and the water is running. Okay, so I'm being careful. The water will only go, the wet paint will only go where the water is. Okay, because it follows its own level. Here we go with the red. I'm avoiding that dark center. Okay, it's very wet. The board will absorb some of the excess moisture. Now I'm going to paint with what's on my brush that I just took out of there. Maybe add it a little bit over here and manipulate it a little bit. This will run just like regular watercolors. So however you tilt it, that's where it's going to lean. I'm going to make an echo over here. Repeat that color. So now it doesn't quite look like it's still dead center, but now how do you improve on that is make that bigger. Move that center over. Let's see. Or make it into an abstract and then it's not a problem.
There you go.
Somebody was thinking that, right?
Yeah.
I just drove right through that. Part of this class lesson is to play. So I had Sharon teach you how to make the book as if she was talking to a young child, right? When you learn something new, that's got more, a new area of knowledge that you haven't done before, you need to repeat it at least 10 times to internalize it. So if you like that project, you need to really practice until you get it perfect and then do more. Okay, because later I will show you what we're going to do with the finished product. Okay, so you're going back to your table. First you're going to come up here. You're going to take some of these ingredients and then go back to your table and create something on this paper and on the smaller sheet. What? Yeah.
Shirley, do you want
Oh.
it related on the smaller sheet, or?
Actually, it's going to be an option that you use that on this. Just let that be the background and this is the foreground.
Oh,
So it could be any subject, it could be a bird, a leaf, whatever. And if you find, I mean, we're sharing all these materials. So if you're in the process of doing your project and you see your neighbor has something you need, you know how to ask politely. Share your supplies. Now, there are new brushes and old brushes on the table. So there should, how many are here today? You know?
20 of us, how many people went home? 24 of us?
Okay. I want to make sure you each take home the newer brush. It's still in the cellophane. Still in the cellophane. You will take home that brush. Okay?
Thank you.
It's called a dagger striper.
Oh.
And some of them are small and some of them are large. And this is my very favorite brush. I'm known for these brushes. And several different manufacturers make them. But it holds a lot of water and you can also draw with it. So anyway, so make sure that when you're all done with everything, you at least go home with the brush that originally was in the cellophane. Okay?
Thank you.
And then after you get these done, then we'll take a break and have our party. And then we'll go back and finish the project.